Welcome back. As we earlier mentioned, we're going to be taking a comprehensive look over the important visit by the Tajik president to Egypt, where he was received by President Abdel al-Sisi in Al Ittihadiyya Palace. And of course, they tackled very important elements. Of course, they talked about the bilateral relations, as Egypt was the first country to establish an embassy in Tajikistan, the first Arab country. And also they signed a number of memorandums of understanding and agreements, and they talked about fields of cooperation between the two sides. We're very delighted to be having with us here our dear guest live in the studio, Dr. Rahaman, and he is a political analyst. Good morning, Mr. Dr. Amr.
Well, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, sir.
Hello to the viewers.
Thank you so much. Let us talk about the significance of that particular visit.
We have a solid friendship relations with various countries all over the world. We have established a new diplomacy that based on balance between the West and the East, or the East and the West at the same time. Tajikistan, one of the very important countries right now to maintain the stability of our relations together. Our common interests are should be measured from too many horizons. We have so many things to cooperate in. Agriculture field, of course, also the industrial field, very important. Tajikistan, one of the great countries in agriculture, and they have a greater technology, one of the fine countries in Central Asia, with this know-how of technology and various crops to grow there. We can communicate, we can cooperate together, nationalizing their technologies in agriculture and in industry within our homeland.
Right. Actually, the timing of the visit also is very exceptional, as this coincides with the 30th anniversary of Egypt's recognition of the independence of Republic of Tajikistan.
Well, of course, we have this.
Also, it holds a significance also.
Yes, it's a good sign. And it was a good move, of course, from our diplomacy. We have a great history in our diplomacy, realizing what should be done or should it be done. One of the rare stable course of diplomacy. We have this course we are taking towards all over the world. Tajikistan was one of the main friends and important ones right now in a world filled with conflicts. We have this stable relation with. We can communicate, we can cooperate together in so many fields.
Right. Also, Egypt was the first Arab country to open an embassy in Tajikistan, and has been boosting the bilateral relations ever since between the two countries.
This is important, of course. I believe that they appreciate that. They have, of course, appreciation for such move. Not too many countries would see the future from sense to know that one day this country is going to be important, and with an important role to play on the arena of Asia or Asia. We are talking friendly relations, of course. They can come. They are so much welcomed here in Egypt with their own investments, with their own new technologies. And we, on the other hand, we have a market that can absorb this technology and business from Tajik.
in this particular joint press conference, President Al-Sisi and his counterpart, they have tackled the joint fields of cooperation. They talked about irrigation, they talked about mining, agriculture, they also talked about tourism, common fields of tourism, and health, pharmaceutical manufacturing. They also talked about the hydroelectric energy domains, as well as making the best use of available water resources. Let's talk about those very important or vital fields in sequence. How important are those fields on a joint cooperation in the field of partnership, both partnership between the two countries?
Well, of course, they are more than just important. It's a matter of life or life for our country, of course. As we have started already 7 years ago, the great project to expand our cultivated lands, and we have already added more than 400,000 acres to our position for agriculture. I believe this past year we are already moving toward this target to expand our cultivated lands with the most easiest and the most significant ways to use the irrigation water. We don't need to expand using water. We need to minimize it at the least level, because we are already in another conflict with the crisis of the Renaissance Dam. So we need to reduce our usage of water irrigation as best as we can. And of course, with friendship and cooperation with a country that have that knowledge and that experience, would be very so very much benefiting for us, for our plans for the future. We are already trying hard and doing the best we can to cultivate our own crops of wheat or of cotton, and of course develop the industries based upon those two strategic crops. That I believe this is a very solid course. We can work together and cooperate together with the countries that have the same targets, with the same strategy to build their own independent economy and to reduce water usage in irrigation for cultivation.
To rationalize the usage of water.
Exactly, and to make it even more developed on the large scale.
What about tourism, which is very also beneficial to both sides?
Important, but I believe now we are already, of course, expanding this field, of course, and we are regaining our benefits and our gains from this field. But I believe it's so early to say or to talk about developing this field, because I believe the whole world now is. The airlines are just going through so many crises, from London, from other countries. We have of course the consequences of the coronavirus epidemic. You see, it's important, but not in the. Of course, it's important. We can never neglect it, but I believe they come along with the main sources and the main courses of our cooperation, industrial and agriculture.
Other fields like pharmaceutical manufacturing is also very important. Why in particular pharmaceutical manufacturing or industry with Tajikistan?
Well, of course, this comes along with their own They have a very important and significant technology. We can add to our course of or march towards building our own industry in this field. We are, as well as we are doing in agriculture and industry, we are doing this in the medical field with all its branches. We need to nationalize their technology here through a cooperation that is fulfilling for both sides, of course, and based on our new aspects of looking towards such fields. We don't need anymore just to export, to import the technology from outside, but we need to nationalize it and build our own base of technology whatsoever.
Right. There is also the hydroelectric energy domains. Of course, as we all know, that we are transforming into a new era of total dependence over renewable energy. The whole world is working on that.
We're talking about green energy. We're talking about this new lines.
And this is also in preparation for the COP27.
Exactly. We are talking also about hydrogen. Technology to establish power stations and new lines of power. We can also maintain our environment by helping such lines of industries to invade our way of thinking, to change the mentality, the traditional mentality, and exchange it with some modern and very useful, so many horizons. We are talking especially about environment and of course new lines of technology and investments.
They also talked about rationalizing the usage of water and water resources. How is that going to happen?
This, of course, comes along with the new technologies of minimizing the usage of water. The new irrigations technologies are very important right now, and we have already applied in the new lands that are already
and also founding new sources for water, like other than the particular stereotyped ones.
Well, I believe this is very important too. We have a secret in our western desert. We have a river, an old, ancient river that was running in our lands, starting from Central Africa, going through our lands to Libya, and goes all along until the Atlantic Ocean. This is an old and ancient river that was covered by sands since about 5,000 years or 7,000 years. This water is there. It's beneath our lands, and that's why I was stunned when I heard some scientist was trying to cover this sands with industrial or some commercial projects, and set aside such a hope for generations to come, and irrigations for the whole western bank in our country. We have a gold mine of water. We can use it. We can dig it up with these new technologies from Tajikistan and other countries, of course. And
other countries. Also, they signed a number of memorandums of understanding and agreements between two countries by ministers of, several ministers attended that particular important meeting, and it was in the field of agriculture and also youth and sports and the field of education as well, the higher education, and also scientific research. If you like to embark over those several fields.
Well, I believe that Tajikistan, with its political geography situation, along with other countries that have this large scale of such science, it's a very easy to grab this technology from a friendly country like this. It wouldn't put higher terms to transport their experts and expertise even to our country. They have this. We are a friendly nation to them, and same for them to us. We can use this relations, friendly relations, to expand our communication in such an important field, and such fields maybe other countries would be holding it back from us. Not so easy to make it easy for us to have it or to communicate or to cooperate in this field. Tajikistan is an opportunity to use, of course, with friendly look.
When we talk about the field of scientific research, it's very important to be able to have hold partnerships with different countries, neighboring countries, in that particular field. Why?
Because on this field, on scientific research, we can build the whole future on a different and even a stronger basis.
Exchanging expertise.
Of course. Without this field, this scientific field of research, we can never develop our own mentalities, our own projects, our own way of thinking towards technology. We need to use technology in a safer way. We need to use, to even establish our own way of, our own print, our own identity of technology. Not just using what the West or the East is using, but to establish a new identity of the technology, the Egyptian, the Misrian way of technology. We need to make this. This can never happen without the scientific research. We need to expand. We need to make bridges between scientific researches in our think tanks and our universities, along with the investments and the investors, to make it real, to make it happen, and to make it able to be industrialized, and make it real, make it even a new trend, our own a new line of technology, our own new line of our identity of technology and industry.
Also, there was agreements or memorandums of agreements of understanding over the fields of higher education. As we know that exchanging students and giving opportunities to our students or other country students to come and study in our universities or the other way around is very important. And we have seen Arab students coming over years, since Gamal Abdel Nasser's era, coming over and taking full opportunity to study in our colleges and military colleges also. The same thing is happening now. Some students could be going to European countries or Arab countries or Asian, Middle East countries to join universities there. Talk to us about that opportunities, especially with Tajikistan. Do you think there could be some future projects or opportunities for our students to be able to go there and seek knowledge in some Tajik universities?
Why not? This is one of the main pillars of what they call it, the soft power. It's a very important thing for our national security and our relations with countries, especially with a friendly country and a friendly nation like the Tajiks. We have welcomed too many countries, especially from Central Asia, especially from Tajikistan and from Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, too many countries. We have welcomed their students to come and study here since the 60s. Of course, this has happened successfully. We can expand this level, and we can send our researchers to study there in their modern universities, and to come back with their way of thinking, their way of the higher education that they have, and we can apply it here. We can use
or they could be
Eastern
able to use our very successful experiences in the
This
development of the
Eastern,
education
the
process.
Eastern mentality is so close to our own mentality.
Right.
We have close relations with the Eastern people, of course,
Right.
a land of civilizations.
On that note, I would like to thank you, Dr. Amra Abdel, our political analyst. Would like to thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you have a beautiful day.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And we're going to go to a short break, and we'll come to continue the breakfast show, so stay with us.